Ladies and gentlemen, race goers from South Africa and all over the world, good morning and welcome here for another show of race preview Mauritius, where we'll be looking at the 31st race meeting of the current season, a 31st meeting which will be under the tutelage of the People's Turf PLC, and we have 8 racers on the card to help you go through the horses and the chances of the horses. We have none other than Devon Habib here with us in studio. Devon, good morning and welcome here.
Yes, good morning, Abhijat. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
Yeah, very good.
Devon, the weather is quite warm these days, so probably when we have a look at the card, we will have to cater for the horses that do well in summer and in the hot weather.
Yes, 100%. Look, the card's a nice card today. I think there's a few horses that stand out for me, and I think it's going to be good racing, fair racing, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's find them the winners.
So you're into stride now, so you're getting used to the show, and you're going to help us with some more winners. You've had quite a few over the past weeks.
Yeah, look, it's been a good space, and a lot of things are doing well. So I guess we're going to find a few winners coming today's meeting, and I think a lot of them stand out. So let's hope I can continue my good spell.
So we're going to move to the first race of the day, the People's Turf VIP Lounge Cup, which is going to be run over 1,600 meters, rating 015, with 8 runners, namely number 1, Red Rock Canyon, number 2, Crushing Force, number 3, Midnight Oracle, number 4, Artax, and number 5, Callie's Trap, number 6, Nightingale Lane, number 7, Bypass, and number 8, Slightly Scottish. What would be your selections here, Devon?
Look, Abhijad, I feel like there's a few horses that have chances in this race, but I like this horse Bypass, number 7, to beat home number 4, 6, and number 2.
So Bypass is a horse that has run quite a lot this season. Don't you think he might just start feeling a bit of tiredness towards this time around?
Look, I feel like he has run a lot, and there's not much in this race besides the horses with that I've mentioned, in my opinion, on form. So I feel like he could just be good enough to beat this field. I think this is the right race for him. He's been knocking on the door, and I kind of like him quite strongly in this race. He's in a good space, got a good draw, got claim 2 up. Yeah, I've fancied him his last 2 runs, so I've got to.
Yeah, he's got every chance here. When we look at he's going to jump from number 3. He's only going to carry 54.5 kgs, and the best thing probably is that he's getting back blinkers.
Yeah, the blinker strike is a good thing, and like I was saying, I was following this horse its last 2 runs, so I like to be a little bit more persistent and continue following him. I think he's gonna take it this day. Number
4 is also amongst your choices, Artax.
Yeah, look, last time he ran a really good race above expectations, so it was quite an impressive run. He ran 3rd to Bells Apostle, so I feel like he's in a good space. He was working well, so it wasn't unexpected on work, and just on his form it was a bit unexpected. So I think good draw again, claim 2 from Bachamia. He's got a chance. He's got to be there. So that's what I'm liking this horse quite a bit today.
From the yards of Raj Ramdin, number 6, Nightingale Lane, we'll have Sunil Bandhu on board.
Yeah, look, I feel like Nightingale Lane is probably the 2nd or 3rd best form in the race. So just on form, I like him. He's got to do a lot more to win this race, but I think he could run into the back end of quartets.
And to end your quartet, you stated number 2, Crushing Force, which will have jockey Kersley Ramsamy on.
Yeah, I feel like
sorry, there has been a small change here. It's not Kersley Ramsamy who's going to ride him, but Alvinho Roy.
Okay, so yeah, that was, it's got decent form before, like its last season. So it's 3rd run for this season. I don't know, he has to make a lot of improvement to win, but I feel like he could be in the back end, run into the 3rd or 4th position, somewhere around there. I am skeptic of why he ran so bad on the one run where he ran 22 lengths behind, but surely he's got to do something now. You know, he's got to improve eventually.
So you'd stick to number 7, number 4, number 6, and number 2 for this first race.
That's correct.
Let's move on to the second race on the day, the People's Turf Highland North Bar Cup. 990 meters, benchmark 46. It's a small field of only 5 runners, namely number 1 Bye Bye Rocket, number 2 Pop Icon, number 3 Alaskan Knight, number 4 Captain of the Sea, and number 5 Nino 2. So I would ask you for a selection of 3 here.
Yeah, I've changed my selection 3 times in this race. It's a very tough race. The reason why I've changed my selection is I went back and did a bit of form studying, and I got a view onto this horse Alaskan Knight. His last run was really impressive, and he was challenged the whole way. A lot went against him, and he still stayed on to run 3rd behind Desert Boy. So I feel like he could really, I mean, yeah, you can see in his last run, we're showing the replay, he's got the blue and yellow colors with the striped cap, chasing for the lead, chasing the whole way, 3 wide, 4 wide, comes into the turn, still chasing. I mean, they cut throats the whole way, and surely a horse that cuts throats over 990, you can't go flat out the whole way. He should stop, but he doesn't. He still finishes the race nicely to run a close-up 3rd. So I'm going to make this a strong fence in this race, actually. I feel like this horse should win this race with a good draw up, and yeah, I mean, he has finishing the race to run 3rd. So I think this is the horse that we have to make a good thing in this race, in my opinion.
Isn't he coming back a bit too quickly?
Look, his runs over 990 are very impressive. I mean, 2nd to Bye Bye Rocket, 4th to Bye Bye Rocket, and 3rd to Desert Boy. There's nothing wrong with that form. So I do like his distance. I don't know about running too quickly, because in SA we run horses quite often, and sometimes they can run Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and I don't know, maybe it's a bit different in Mauritius, but I think this horse should be cherry ripe for this race, and if he gets an easy lead, it's going to be an easy race for him.
Nino 2, horse number 5.
Yeah, look, that was originally my first selection, and then I changed to Alaskan Knight. So I like Anilito a lot. I think he's a nice horse. He's in the right distance now. Last time was a little bit too far for him, in my opinion. So I mean, his form's consistent over this 990, so I think he's one to watch.
Number 1 Bye Bye Rocket.
Look, Bye Bye Rocket is probably the class package in the race. Probably the horse with the best form, but Alaska Knight's 2.5 kilograms better off with him for a length beating and a 2-length beating. I think he's going to have to do a lot more to beat Nanito and Alaska Knight come race day.
So your choices here were number 3 Alaskan Knight, number 5 Nino 2, and number 1 Bye Bye Rocket.
Yeah, that's correct.
Which takes us to the 3rd race on the card, the People's Turf Resto Lounge Cup, which is going to be run over 1,500 meters. 4 horses of rating 0 to 26. 8 runners here, namely number 1 Hidden Identity, number 2 Mr. Livingston, number 3 Into the Mystique, number 4 Capcuta, number 5 Oxford Blue, number 6 Chestnut Cove, number 7 Yo Mister, and number 8 Fassi. So your choices here, Devon.
Look, I'm quite big on this horse, number 2 Mr. Livingston. I like him really strong. He's got great SA form. He ran 2nd to William Robinson. We all know who William Robinson is.
We can see he is barrier trial here.
Yeah, so his form in SA is extremely outstanding. He's working really well. I mean, as you can see in his barrier trial, he's working extremely well. And I really like this horse to absolutely smash them come race day. If you had to bring William Robinson to Mauritius, he ran 5th to William Robinson, 2.5 lengths. William Robinson would obviously clean up here. So Pyromaniac, he ran 4th to Pyromaniac, massive runs. And he won his last start to Fort Commander. I know it's his first run out in Mauritius.
You can see here he's on the outside of Gonna Be Alright.
Yeah, he's with the blue colors there.
Looks a bit green on that work.
Yeah, look, that's probably the only negative factor about this horse, is the greenness. That's the only thing you could be scared of, but with that form in this rating, 0.26, for me, I think this is probably my value bet on the day. I would make it my best bet, but if it was its 3rd run, I'd make it my best bet. First run, that's the only thing scaring me. I'm big on this horse. I'm actually strong, like very strong on this horse.
Number 4, Kapkuta from the yards of Pravin Nagadu was not disgraced last time out, beaten only by favorite Master of Olai Survey.
Yeah, Kaputa, Maos Kaputa, always comes to find me something better every time. I like his horse a lot. Good form, consistent. Should run into second. It's going to be hard to beat Mr. Livingston on his form, so that's why I'm tipping him to run second. If Mr. Livingston fluffs his lines, this will win. So, yeah, strong second selection for me.
Chestnut Cove, horse number 6.
Chestnut Cove is good first time out, good run first time out, and he's working well, so he's in a good space. Just his second run after layoff, he has a year working. He's working extremely well and looking $1 million. So, I mean, how can we not put him into our selections? Just, I'm scared of the second run after layoff, or second run in Mauritius. You know, it gets to some of these horses. The distance will definitely suit, and yeah, he's a big runner.
Into the Mystique, horse number 3 here from the yard of Shirish Narang has drawn 1. We'll have Kesley Ramsamy on board and will carry 60 kgs. Probably if he hits the front early, he might just stay there.
Yeah, that's a horse that if he gets an easy lead and doesn't get challenged too much, he's definitely got a massive chance. I mean, his last run was quite impressive, ran second to Jackalak. Just, I don't know, for me, I'm on other horses in this race.
So your choices here: number 2, number 4, number 6, and number 3 here.
That's correct.
So Mr. Livingston, Kapkuta, Chestnut Cove, and Into the Mystique. Race number 4, the People's Turf Highland Bar Cup, 1,650 meters with 9 runners, benchmark 36. Number 1 is Eagle's Vision, number 2 Crimson God, number 3 Prince Alpha, number 4 Benev, number 5 Nimitz, number 6 Volatile Energy, number 7 Uncle Frank, number 8 Arnica Montana, and number 9 Sino Don. What would be your choices here?
Yeah, Eagle's Vision. I really like this horse. His last 2 wins were impressive. I fancy him strong. He's got a good draw. Claim 3 again. I think this horse is going to go close to winning and winning. He's obviously going to be a close finish because it's a tough race, but I think this horse will win. I'm a bit worried for this horse, Volatile Energy. That's probably its biggest danger, in my opinion. Got claim 4 up. The draw is not too much of a great one, but yeah, he's in a good space. He's winning. He's done massively this season, so I like him. I like him as of to run second. To run third, there's a lot of talk about this was Prince Alf. I mean, his last run, there was a question into the jockey's ride. He's in a good space. He's improving. He's also that we all have to watch. The draw is the problem, in my opinion. He's drawn really bad. So look, he does come from behind, but I'm a little bit wary about the draw. And for fourth, Uncle Frank is also in a really good space. It's a big price for me, and I think this is one horse that we have to keep an eye out on. It's working well and doing extremely well. So I think he's the horse that we have to watch.
When we have a look at the horses running here, we have number 1 Eagle's Vision, who's got gate speed and who's quick. Number 2 Crimson God can be in front. Number 5 Nimitz can be very close to the pace too. Number 6 Volatile Energy can lead the race. Arnica Montana too. So when you look at circumstances here, Uncle Frank probably is going to have the right circumstances for him.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm saying this is one of the horses that we'll have to keep an eye out on. I mean, he's a big price, so it's not going to hurt you to have your few rands on him each way. And if they cut throats up in front, it's a big runner. It's a massive runner.
So you'd stick with the choices 1, 6, 3, and 7.
That's correct. I feel like the selection for the Naguri stable, I feel like Eagle's Vision would be the one that they're going to go for on the day.
Race number 5, the People's Turf Green Area Cup is going to be run over 1,500 meters, benchmark 51 with 7 runners. Number 1 is Duke's Domain, number 2 Brilliant Disguise, number 3 Courtroom Magic, number 4 Puget Sound, number 5 Jetstream, number 6 Namib Desert, and number 7 Sir Bernardini. So Courtroom Magic, you think he can continue with his good form and get the hat-trick?
Can put 4 stars next to this horse. I think this is a bank on the day. It will win easy. I make it a one-horse race in my opinion. I'm massive on this horse, Courtroom Magic. It's my best bet on the card.
Number 2, Brilliant Disguise.
Yeah, Brilliant Disguise. Last run to Emerald Band, impressive. That's the reason I've tipped him to run second. Good draw, Jarrow one up, good jockey as well. So yeah, I think he'll run into second place.
Who would you put in third position?
Third, Nibit Descent. I think that's the horse that we'll have to keep an eye out on. He's the unknown factor. Number 6 is the unknown factor in this race. So yeah, I'm a bit wary of him. I'm a bit scared he pops up on us because it's his second run, yeah. But I'm not a big fan of the horses that have had their second run in Mauritius. So I like to give them one more run and then follow them, you know.
Jetstream, number 5.
Yeah, I had to put something for fourth in my opinion. This is the horse that will probably run fourth. Yeah, I can't really speak much about its form, but its last run to Juniper Lane, it's pretty average. So I think he was running on. Maybe the extra distance will help him a bit.
So we've talked about number 2, Brilliant Disguise, number 3, Courtroom Magic, number 5, Jetstream, and number 6, Namib Desert. A few words on number 1, Duke's Domain, who was beaten fairly and squarely last time out by Emerald Band.
Yeah, look, Duke's Domain, he's always been a nice horse in Mauritius, so he's a classy horse. I feel like his form's not in a good space at the moment. He has to, for my opinion, he has to start showing me a bit more before I can start selecting him.
So 3, 2, 6 and 5 are your selections.
That's correct. You can put 3 with 4 stars next to it.
That's Courtroom Magic from the yards of Alain Perdreau. Let's move on to the main event of the day, the Journée Internationale Langaz Créole et Culture Créole Souvenir Cup. It's a sprint over 1,400 meters for horses in a benchmark of 61. Only 4 runners here, namely Pietro Mascagni, Emblem of Hope, Stop All the Clocks, and Battle of Alasia. Looks like Emblem of Hope made the other runners run away.
Yeah, this could be a workout for him. It's a no-brainer to make this your best bet, but he's too strong in the betting. So yeah, I mean, there's working. He's in a good space. The form is strong. He's probably the best horse in the race on form, and yeah, it's going to be very hard to beat him. Very, very hard to beat this.
Since his debut here in Mauritius, he's never run worse than second. So 9 outings, 6 wins and 3 seconds. He's a specialist of the distance 1,365, and his last 2 races were run on 1,400 meters, where he wasn't disgraced, but he couldn't win. Don't you think that he might just find, though being competitive, this is a bit too far for him?
Look, I think he went very hard last time, and if he'll get a soft lead. There's nothing that's going to challenge him. Yeah, it's a one-horse race in my opinion. I don't see anything else. I can't even tell you what's going to run second, third and fourth.
So Stop All the Clocks?
Stop All the Clocks for me, it's probably the horse that will run second. Yeah, there's not much to speak about. It's not in the same category as Emblem of Hope in my opinion. This is just, I think this horse will be way too strong for them.
Battle of Alasia, number 4.
Yeah, look, he ran what, 8 lengths behind Emerald Band. Emblem of Hope was only 0.65 behind Emerald Band, so it's going to be very hard for him to turn that form around.
And number 1, Pietro Mascagni?
For me, same thing. Probably the horse that's going to run fourth. It's not in a good space at the moment, so it's going to have to improve a lot more to get there.
So your selections, obviously number 2, Emblem of Hope, in front of number 3, Stop All the Clocks, and number 4, Battle of Alasia.
That's great.
If you want a quartet here, it's Pietro Mascagni, obviously, because we only have 4 runners.
I can guarantee you'll catch the quartet if you put 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So race number 7, the Warren Pemal Cup, 1,400 meters, benchmark 31 with 7 runners, namely number 1, One Day or Day 1, number 2, Flower Escape, number 3, Goldenstown, number 4, Crazy Charlie, number 5, Do or Dare, number 6, Quest for Good, and number 7, Escape Plan. One Day OD1 is a winner on his first outing here, so it takes a good horse to do that, to debut with a winning way.
Yes, 100%. And he was all over the place first time out. He wasn't an easy winner because, I mean, you can see in his previous run.
He was green.
He was green. He was all over the place.
We can see the race here. He break from barrier 1
with the purple and
in the purple and grey jersey.
Yeah. I think this horse is going to be too strong for them again. He was very green first time out. He's only going to improve from that run. Form line was franked in yesterday with Master Odo, running in the feature race in PE. Ran a good race there. I think it ran 4th or 5th if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, he's got a good draw, claim 3 up. I think it's going to be a big day for the Nagadu Bachamir combination come race day, and the Nagadu stable is going to have a nice day today. Well, they've got good horses, and I think their horses are in the right places, so I'm very, very strong on One Day OD1 in this race.
We can see here One Day OD1 is in the box seat just behind the leader, and he's going to start making his move now.
He was caught a little bit flat-footed there, but he makes up the ground quickly, and that horse is a very consistent horse that ran second double thing. So I mean, it's not like it was weak form. You can see
he probably dropped a bit there at one point.
Yeah, I mean, look at him now. He's all over the place. He's green as hell, and he's still, I mean, he wins a decent ratio. He's going away. I don't think they're gonna beat him come race day.
Number 2, Flower Escape from the yard of Rameshwar Gajdar will carry 59 kgs with claimer Abhishek Sonaram on board.
Yeah, look, Flower Escape, there's a lot of talk about it. Just for me, I don't think he can run into the top 4. I like number 5 to run second. I think that's the right horse for me. He's in good space. He's doing well. Drawn 1. I think it'll be a 1-2 for the Nagadu stable.
Duodere is going to break from barrier 1, like you said, and we can see here his workout of yesterday morning, and he's really in great shape.
Yeah, he's enjoying that. He's doing whatever he wants, and he's got good form. I mean, his penultimate start he won. I think his last run maybe a little bit too far for him, or he needed the run. So yeah, I think he's gonna do well. I think he's gonna do well come race day.
Number 6, Quest for Good.
The fittest horse in the race once again. He's flying at the moment. The extra distance is gonna help this horse, and his last run wasn't just disgrace, but I think he'll do something come race day. Probably run into the back end of quartets.
Number
3,
Gordonstown.
Yeah. Look, I like it. For me, it's not the strongest form, so I just think he's working well and he's in a good space. His penultimate start was decent, so that's why I like him from his penultimate run. I think we can draw a line through his previous run.
There's one interesting horse which I'm a bit surprised you didn't include in your selections. Is number 4, Crazy Charlie. With Alvino Roy, will have a claim of 2 kgs, will only carry 58.5. Drawn number 2, he was not far behind Opeg last time out. Not a bad race, also against Desert Boy. The distance should suit him well. He probably has that bad habit now of missing the start a little bit, but if he gets a good start and there's some pace in the race, he might just be up there.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. I feel like I can't trust horses that don't jump too well, so that's why I didn't select him into my first 4, but it's nice to get some input from your side of things. I mean, maybe you found the winner in this race and I've missed it completely, but yeah, could be crazy to have missed it, I guess, but my name's not Charlie.
That is number 4, Crazy Charlie. So your selections are One Day OD1 number 1, number 2 Flower Escape, and number 6 Quest for Good, and number 3 Gordonstown.
Sorry, I think I've made a mistake. That wasn't number 2, it was number 5 for second.
Yes,
Sorry
yes.
about
Number
that.
1, number 5 Duodere. Number 6, Christopher Good, and number 3, Gordonstown. The last race of Saturday is the People's Turf Baz Enfant Cup, 1,400 meters, benchmark 41, 9 runners. Number 1, Al Assi, number 2, Yorktown, number 3, Bunny Prince, number 4, Cash Call, number 5, Snowy Mountain, number 6, Chapter and Verse, number 7, Desert Illusion, number 8, Bold Horizon, and number 9, Money Thiren. Your selections here.
Look, maybe I'm making it an easy card. I just feel like Al Assi is probably a standout in this race as well. You can follow the day and see how Quarter Magic runs, but this ran second to Quarter Magic in a lower division, and now it's running in this division now. I feel like draw 1, claim 3, Bachemia could have a really, really good day again, you know. So yeah, I'm big on this horse. I think this horse will win quite easily.
That's for your win selection. For the places you'd go for?
Look, Snowy Mountain ran a really good race last time with the blinkers on, and now he's got the blinkers again. So I do like him for second. Jones's horses are really looking well, and I think that he's probably going to run a good race. The only negative about this horse is the distance. It's not probably the best distance for him, but I think he'll run close.
Number 7, also you have included him in your selections.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of talk about this horse. Everyone's telling me Desert Illusion, Desert Illusion. So I looked at the form and I do see why they like it. I mean, it's going to improve. Its first 2 runs of the season were quite decent. The Quarter Magic form line I'm going with, so I'm going to stick to that form line, and I feel like it could run a good race.
Finally, number 2, Yorktown.
Yeah, I don't know, this horse is catching my attention every time, you know, so it's decent runs, so its first 2 runs, yeah, and well, this season, and yeah, it's improved, so I think it could run into the back end of quartets. It's a tough race to take Al Assi out. I think it's once again a one horse race. Good draw. Can be very hard to beat Al Assi.
So you would stand by your choices, which were number 1, Al Assi, number 5, Snowy Mountain, number 7, Desert Illusion, and number 2, Yorktown.
That's correct.
So we have gone through the 8 races on the card. I would now ask you for your value bet of the day, Devon.
My value bet comes in race 3, I think it is, Mr. Livingston, number 2. I really like that horse, quite strong. The form's very good from SA, and yeah, I'm big on that horse. Good price.
Mr. Livingston, who's going to be having his first start here in Mauritius. What would be your best bet of the day?
Quarter Magic in race 5, number 3. I think it's just too good in that field, and it's a value best bet.
So Mr. Livingston as the value bet, Courtroom Magic as the best bet of the day. Devon, we have reached the end of today's show. We wish you good luck for the races tomorrow, and we thank you for helping us and helping especially our viewers to go through this card and help them with their selections and all. We hope that amongst your choices are a couple of winners for the upcoming meeting.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Look, I do hope I can give the punters the guide that they need, and yeah, I hope we can find them winners. I'm sure we will. Looks like a decent card, and I think there's value to be made in this race.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention. We thank the whole team behind the production and the broadcast of this show. Until next time, it's bye-bye, and you take care.